Hey guys, can you hear me? How about now? No. I'm not sure. Okay. Can you guys hear now? I had to make an adjustment there. Okay. Can you guys hear now? I think I had a echo. Yay! Hi Gerald. Hi Dorothy. Hi Claudia. Hi Sharon. A black screen. Let's see. I don't know what happened there. Doesn't want to pick up my YouTube. I may have to go out and come back in, guys. I don't know. Let me transition over again and see. How about that? Is it better? That's just showing you my screen, I think. Okay. Let me see if I can fix this. It just keeps mirroring itself. Okay. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, hopefully this will fix it where you can hear me and you can see as well. Let me. I'm not sure what's going on with the YouTube screen there, but hi everybody. I hope you can see me and hear me. Hey Belinda. Chris, is that you or is that Mo? Hey Alice. Guys, I apologize. It's showing that I have a good stream. But if it's buffering, I apologize. You may have to refresh. Hi Sue. AT&T came out and worked on my internet once again and said that they promised it would be fixed once again. Once again, they did a patch. I have a for my Wi-Fi now. From my Wi-Fi router, I have a hard-lined cord all the way to my desktop, down my hall, the whole 9 yards, and just before I got on, my readings were worse than they were before they came. So that did not fix it, no matter what they said. For about 2 hours yesterday, I actually had internet speeds that I was supposed to have. They were like 44. Today they're 2. So I don't know how this is going to go, but hopefully it works well. So, because when that cord kicks out, or my Wi-Fi kicks out, the cord should kick in, but I don't know. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Hey, Levada. Anybody else? Hi, Sue. Dee. I'm just checking to see who snuck in on me when I wasn't paying attention. There we go. I think that's everybody. Hi, Brandy. Yeah, there's Mo. I wasn't sure if it was Mo or Chris, but that's Mo. Okay. Oh, the iron-on. That's the iron-on I did a couple of weeks ago, Sue, that I showed you guys. The layering, the patterned Anna Griffith vinyl and foil. Bloom where you're planted. Hi, Kathy. First, I want to say thanks to all the moderators and Bonnie who helps me test files when I get really busy. And to my Patreon supporters, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you guys. I don't know what I'd do without you, really. But you do help enable support the groups where I can do the giveaways and winner, chicken dinner, all that. And it is very, very, very much appreciated. I had somebody send me something in the mail. They didn't want to be mentioned. They had some duplicate embossing folders, and they wanted me to use them as a giveaway. So that's what we're giving away tonight. And we thank you very much for that donation. Let me switch over to the project camera, and we'll go over a couple of things before we play winner, chicken dinner. And my project camera went blank. There we go. Can you guys see it now? And me? We have a couple of Cuttlebug embossing folders. We have the Oak and Modern Vines. And then we have some Doris folders. This is, I know this one because I sell this, Bird on a Border. I sell that one in my store. So if you don't win and you want it, you can go get it. I believe I sell this one in my store too, with Sympathy. And I know I sell this one in my store. That's Crackle. But these were sent to us anonymously. And so we're going to give those away for winner, chicken dinner. And I'm going to throw in some butterfly, 3D butterfly stickers with that. So that being said, that's winner, chicken dinner prize tonight. This is the maze card I'm working on. If you're a Patreon, you have this file. Please don't cut it yet. I haven't released it publicly, but if you're a Patreon, the SVG file for the maze is in there, and the rest of it's in there. But I haven't worked out how, it won't cut out of foam. So I'm working on how to get this cut out and raised up so that it's actually usable. So I told you guys that I was working on it. This is just a mock-up. And it's not even glued in there. It's just, I just put it together so I wouldn't lose it. But I am working on this, and this is going to be a project that comes up as soon as I can get it worked out how to cut it. Claudia, also, I have not forgotten you. The project that you want me to do is very intense, and I don't want to just throw it together. It's taking me longer than I anticipated to work out the file to where it will cut well for that. because in case some of you guys don't know, it's kind of a diorama type for a shadow box. And I have to get everything to cut correctly before I can actually put it out there for you guys. Something like this I don't mind, but I don't want you guys cutting 20 sheets of paper and not working. But I will work it. I have not forgotten about you. Hi, Darlene. Hi, Sharon. Thank you. So that's where we are. This is the paper that I used for my project tonight, guys, so that we don't have to stop in the middle of working on it. So you'll know this came from Hobby Lobby, but it's a Prima paper, and it's very good paper. I love this. It's not your inexpensive. This paper stack is $20, but if you get it on a 50% off sale, it's not too bad. Or if you, usually they don't put this one on the 50% off, so you have to use a 40% off coupon. Prima is sold at many places. You could probably get this at Blitzy if they don't have it at your Hobby Lobby. But you get 8 sheets of each paper, and that's what I like about it, because if you have a big project like we have tonight, you have enough sheets of the same paper to make the project without having to select another paper because you don't have enough sheets, or without having to buy 2 or 3 paper stacks. This is one of my favorite papers. I use it. You guys know I've done several projects out of this with you guys already. It's one of my favorites. It's like a romantic rose, Victorian, but I love the fact that I get 8 sheets, double-sided, of each pattern. So you can't beat that. Okay, and tonight's project, and I use Velcro, and I told you guys you could use Velcro. If you use Velcro, use a little bit larger dot than what I used, because I found that mine keeps popping open because there is a lot of stress on this box, and it may be because I use craft paper on this, but it's very sturdy, very hard box. Can be used for a number of things. You can use it for a gift. You can use it for storing 5x7 embossing folders. Most of us have A2 embossing folders, but we always get the occasional 5x7. This is an A2. This is a 5x7. These don't fit in our little notebook things that we get and things like that. The A2s do, but what do you do with your 5x7s? Well, guys, they do fit in here. I'm not going to open this up because it is going to somebody, but it does fit. So when you open this up, I'm going to be using magnets for mine tonight to see how those do. As you can see, it holds a good many cards, and these are dimensional cards. I have like 4 or 5 dimensional cards in here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards, and they're all dimensional, all 5 of them. And they fit in there, and there's still room for more. So, and this is not 5x7, but these others are. So you can resize this down to an A2 if you just use A2 cards. You can put your envelopes in the other side. I put the envelopes from the cards I received, and I put cards that people send me in this. And it's just going to fold back up, and the flap will fold back over. And then you have the little tag on it. This paper that I used on this is the Cricut foil embossed craft paper. So if you guys haven't tried that or used it, it's a gorgeous paper. And all of you know me know that I like working with craft paper. I like my boxes and things like that to be sturdy, but I like to dress them up too. So that's what we're going to be working on tonight. And again, it's very sturdy. That handle is very sturdy. I'm pressing down on it with a good bit of force, and it's not going anywhere. Does anybody have any design space? Hi, Tanya. Does anybody have any design space questions or issues or anything that you're going through this week, or cutting issues that you need help with? Hi, Carol. If you do, if you're new and you haven't been with us before, ask. At any point, ask. Doesn't matter what we're doing. We're going to be putting together a project, but we chat and we talk and I answer questions as we do it. So do not hesitate to ask any of your questions on any of your projects. If we don't have an answer, we'll get one. So don't be scared to ask. Hi, Elise. I'm glad you could join us. We're about to play Winner, Winner, Chicken Dinner. And just so while we're talking and everything, you guys should have cut your file out if you're putting it together with me. You need some liquid glue. This is art glitter glue. I sell this in my store. This is what I use to put my other one together. You're also going to need some glue dots if you're using the magnets. You can use, if you bought the Velcro dots, they should have sticky on them. And then you're going to either need some brads or something for your decorative pieces. You're going to need 3 of those or a pearl something. I'm going to use Nuvo drops for mine. Let's see. But you can use something like this, a brad. You just need to cut it off, or because we're not actually putting it on there, you could put it on that first piece of paper, and I'll show you when we go to put it together, and then fold the brads back, and that way they'll be hidden. So I was just afraid that, and I might even try it. I might try that instead of Nuvo drops. Let's just see if it works. I have a few there. So I'll just try it. We'll go ahead and do that with you guys, but you can always clip them off too. Let's see. There was something else I wanted to tell you guys. Oh, have you guys used this? Did anybody order this? Anybody have makers that ordered this rotary cutter from Cricut? Because I'm working on another project, guys, and I am not kidding you that I took the fabric from Cricut right off of the packaging, just like this. And at one point, the way it's folded, it crosses over itself. So you have 11 layers through here at half of it. This thing cut right through there, and it didn't have a problem. I cut through all 11 layers, boom, in a few seconds to fit on my mat. I was amazed because I have like 5 of these things, different brands, and I've never had one cut this good. Hi, Sheila. As I said, Sheila, don't hesitate to ask a question if you're new. At any point while we're putting together projects, we'll stop and we'll answer any questions you guys have. And we try to learn something new every week. So, we're going to play Winner, Winner, Chicken Dinner. Let me transfer over to that so you guys can see. Let me see if I can pull this down a little bit. Okay. Winner, Winner, Chicken Dinner. The way Winner, Winner, Chicken Dinner works for the guys that are brand new, I am going to reveal a question that's under this Winner, Winner, Chicken Dinner. It should show on replay, Tanya. I am so sorry. Hi, Zodia. Refresh, guys, if it's doing that, because I'm showing a good signal. I don't know if you guys can see, but I've got a green bar all the way across, and it's showing me that the stream health is good. It's probably me. It's probably not you, because I have been having an internet issue. But if you refresh, it should be okay. I will slow down a little bit just because I know there's a delay, and if you guys are having issues, but I promise you guys, I will be calling AT&T back as soon as I am finished tonight, and they are going to fix this issue. It's been long enough. It's been going on. So, the voice and picture keeps getting blurry. Okay. Yeah, that's probably me. That's probably me, guys, and I do apologize. I am so sorry that that's happening. But I'll try to get through it, and hopefully everything will come through. Hi, Mary Ellen. When I do a 3, 2, 1 countdown, then you can post your answer, And the first person to answer wins winner, winner, chicken dinner. All right. Looking at this mom image, what is the black layer known as? Is it a shadow layer, a blackout layer, an inset layer, or an offset layer? 3, 2, 1. Hi, Vicki. Way to go, Belinda. Belinda wins. It is known as a shadow layer or an offset layer. I almost tricked you guys. It is known as both, so either one of those answers were acceptable. An inset layer is a layer that's inside the layer. And a blackout layer blacks out everything behind it. Back here, all this would be blacked out. It would be a much larger offset. Oh, Kathy beat you. Oh, Kathy put an A. Kathy did beat you. Okay. Sorry about that, Belinda. I missed that A. I was looking for the thing. Actually, Sandra. No? Let's see. I'm scrolling back, guys. Let me scroll back and take a look here. May have spoke too soon. Yes, Kathy did win. I apologize. Kathy Durkin won. So sorry about that, Belinda. I'll send you a consolation prize anyway. Send me your address. Since I did the mess up, you'll still get something. It's okay. We're gonna fix it. Both of you are gonna get something. So you guys make sure that I have both your addresses, okay? Because that was close. All right. So let's go ahead and switch back over to the project. Well, let's go ahead and take a look. I'm going to leave that one. This is the file that you cut, and it may be buffering there. If you had single-sided paper, okay, it's going to look something like this. I cut this file using double-sided paper, but I was being picky, so this is the file, actually. Let me cancel that. I don't know. I was counting out paper for somebody. This is the file that you cut if you use double-sided paper. Thank you, Sue. I'll take care of it. I'll get Sue and Belinda and Kathy this week. So they're not going to do without. It's the lag. I know it is, and it's my fault, and I'm so sorry, guys. It was working perfectly until I started to go live, and of course that's the way it always happens. But anyway, these files are the same, guys, with the exception that I lightened up some of the pieces on the other file so that you guys wouldn't have to do it yourself. So because it cuts off the numbers, guys, if you go to https://design.cricut.com and do a #design/ and then put in the numbers 911-75308, it will open up one. And the other one is 910-21475. With those numbers, I don't know if you guys know it or not, these numbers right here, you can open up any project in Design Space, and I'm going to show you guys any project in Design Space. And if you have those numbers, you can open this file. So you don't need a link unless you're just wanting to click a link in Facebook, somewhere like that. But on YouTube and stuff, if you don't have the file open and you want to open it up and follow along, all you need are the numbers that I give you. I am going to open up this one here and show you guys. I'm going to say make it. I'm going to replace. I am trying to see around some things there. There we go. I don't want to connect my machine. I wanted to cancel. Yeah, it's me. My devices not wanting to cooperate. I know I said cancel, but it's not. Yes, thank you. Okay, so I'm on this one, but if you noticed, I copied those numbers down from the other, and I am going to, oops, paste them in, and I just messed myself up because that's okay. Does anybody know what numbers I just gave you? I accidentally right-clicked on it. Well, there's one. 755-33419. 755-44319. I don't know what project this is, but we're going to open it. All I need are some numbers. If I have the numbers, it's just a couple of stars. If I have numbers, I can open up that project. I can open any Design Space project and be able to access another Design Space project if I have the numbers. Okay? Anybody else have a number that they haven't saved something on? There's one, Elise. Okay, let me type in the one that Elise gave me, 9102147. And let's see where that takes us. Uh-oh, won't open it. We're missing a number, I think. 9102147. Do you have another number in there? So there are 2 ones maybe? Yeah, that project's not available. It's marked as private, whatever that one is. But that's okay. That's not a problem. You will get that message if somebody has uploaded something or they've marked it as private. You have me frozen in time? I am so sorry, guys. Let me refresh and see if it will help on this end. Let's see. Okay, I refreshed as well, so maybe that will help. Let's go ahead. But anyway, if you open up a project, even a new project, guys, you can come right here, up here at the top in your URL, and you can change that number at the end at behind design and that slash, and you can open that project if it is publicly available and nothing is uploaded. All right, so we're just going to leave that. I'm not going to be back in Design Space. Let's go over to the project camera and put the project together. Okay, great, Tanya. All right, so you've cut your project, you've got everything, and your guys, I forgot, you're going to need ribbon or string or something for your tag. Okay, so let's start with the 4 big pieces. You have 4 pieces that look like this. Okay, these are very simple. They have 2 score lines on the side, and you're going to score those. If I can see where the other one is, there it is. And once you've got it cut out, guys, this project does go together pretty quick. You're going to score both of those score lines. Everything is folded away from you, depending on how you're holding your paper. I still haven't decided which way I want mine to go, if I want that fence on the side or if I want the light color. So if you use double-sided paper, you're going to have to make decisions on how things will look, because that will fold against that. That will fold against. I think I'm going to go with the dark side, guys. I may regret it, but I'm going to go for it. Why not? So you're going to fold everything away from you. And then at the top, you're going to fold those away from you as well. And then you have this tab here. So it's like 6 folds on each piece. And then you have these little side tabs. So once you're finished folding, your piece should look like this. And that looks kind of strange, right? It's supposed to make a box, but it doesn't make a box. Gonna fold all 4 of them. I'm sorry, Mary Ellen. I will get this fixed, guys. I promise you. You're just going, you can either fold it away from you or fold it to you. You're just going to fold everything in the same direction, however you want to fold. All 4. Does anybody have any other Design Space questions? Any project questions? You guys can have a sneak peek at what's coming next. I know that probably looks weird to you guys, but it'll make sense later. Have a good night, Tanya. Thank you for trying to join. And I have some new items over in the store too, guys, if you haven't taken a look. I have some printable glitter paper. And I think I'm going to try to make a project of that as well. Okay. Do you have to attach before you flatten? No, you do not, Belinda. If you have a project and you, it's not letting you flatten, there's a reason. Writing or the draw, the pen, anything you have set to that will not flatten. You need to change it back to cut, and then you can select it and attach. You can, but writing you want to attach and stuff like that, like Sue was saying. But if you're going to flatten it, writing won't flatten. I missed a fold. There we go. So now you have your 4 main pieces folded. Next, you're going to take 2 of them, and you're going to put them opposite of each other, okay? So that you have the tabbed in on each side. And I'm going to take a look at this and see how it's going to look once it's folded. This is the one that was cut that way. I have them cut 2 different ways. I just want to take a look and see if that's the way I want to do it. Or if I want to go back the other way. I think I'm going to go back my original way. And you guys can fold back and forth. Take a look at it. See if that's how you want your inside of your box to look. And I will grab the mock-up and show you guys what we're putting together, which piece we're putting together here, so you can make a decision on how it will look. Right now, these pieces are forming this box. Okay? That's what we're forming. We're forming that part of it, or both pieces. So once you've determined which way you want to put those together. Then you're just going to put glue, and you're not going to get it on the tabbed part or this part here, just on one of the large areas of the main piece. And I'm clogged. I really do need to put these in some water and soak them and clean them. They only do that because I am notorious for forgetting to put my straight pin back in. I'll look over a couple hours later and see that I left it off. And I like to hold this piece up because you don't want to get it over your scores. And get everything in place, get it lined up. Make sure that it's not affecting the other piece so that everything folds and it's in there nice and neat. And you're just going to press that down. And I am just going to set that one to the side and give it a second to dry. Make sure you got your edges really good, guys, because these are going to take a lot of stress. And then I'm going to fold back the other way on this one as well. And then we're just going to put this one together in exactly the same way on the squared piece, not the rounded piece. The part with your tab, that's the part we're gluing. Pay attention to the edges. You want to make sure you get them. You can always go back if you have an edge that's coming apart or it doesn't look like it got glued well and squirt a little glue in there and press it down. But it's better to get it from the get-go. I'm not too concerned about the middle part. And again, I'm just going to glue this right back into the same spot on this box. Just make sure it's square and give that a press down. I'm going to set that one to the side and do this one. Okay, Elise, I'm sorry, guys. I really am. Okay, you can try it at another time too, Carol. I just want to show you guys basically how it goes together. Then with your rounded ends this way, you're going to fold these tabs in, and just on the tab itself, both sides, you're going to glue those. Make sure that you keep this part square as you possibly can, and just bring it up and fold and make sure your corners are good and square. I'm just going to hold it for a minute and let it set, and then I'm going to go to this other side. Make sure it's square. And then I'm just going to flip it up on its end so you guys can see here. And I'm just pressing those tabs down to make sure they get a good hold and they stay square. And then you're going to fold in this tab here. And you don't want to get glue up above here, guys. So the way that I do it is I just stand this up and I just come down this side on the box. That way I know that the glue is not going past this tab and it's not going too high up on that tab. And then again, keeping it square, you're just going to hold that till it takes a good hold. Keep it as square as you possibly can. And then you can set that one to the side and do the same with the other. Does anybody else have any questions? All your projects going good this week? Elise, just let us know if you have questions when you watch back. We'll be happy to help you guys out. Anybody that's lagging, well, it's probably not you lagging. It's probably me. Okay. Just so different angles so you guys can see. I'm just going there. My girls are going to bark. Somebody must be walking in the park. Just make sure you pull your corners up tight. You want those good and tight, guys, and you want it flush. All right. And now you should have two pieces that look like this. Okay? You're going to just place them together, set them to the side with your flaps facing each other. Okay, is that right? Nope, I'm sorry. Away from each other, like this, so that the flaps would open to the middle. Okay? Then we are going to just stack them, just so you don't get lost, and turn it. Just make sure that the flaps are opening away from you on that top one, that they're identical. Then you're going to have two pieces that have a score line right down the center, and they are the same size. The two smaller ones. You have one that's an odd size and it's bigger. You have two pieces. Trying to decide which one I want where. I'm going to use that one. I am going to put this one on the bottom of the box, and I've already determined what I want that piece to be, and it will look like this. I believe it's the same piece. I may have messed up. Let's see. Oh, that's that piece. The big piece. I apologize. You do want the bigger piece. The one that's the odd size. We'll go ahead and... They're all fold down the center. They have no holes in them. But you can go ahead and fold all three pieces. They all fold exactly the same. And fold it back the other way as well. A couple of times if you're using a sturdy cardstock. This is your hinge on the bottom of the box. And then a decorative piece goes over that. So I'm just going to... It should be the same color as your box or close to it. As your base. So if your base is blue, it should be a blue piece, not a patterned piece. And just double check that your boxes are in the right position. Flaps together to the inside. Fold that piece up. Then turn it up, keeping them even. You're going to place that piece on there. And keep it square. And then you can give it a squeeze this way. Doesn't need a lot. When you open it up, it should look similar to this. Okay? Is everybody with me? I'm so sorry, Sheila. I apologize. I do, guys. I hate to keep apologizing, but I don't know what else to do. We can go over it again next week, the steps. If you guys need to, I will get it fixed. Here you're going to pick your decorative piece, and mine is going to be the roses for the bottom because my panels are all the little roses. No, my panels are dots. That's the top. Oops. Yep. Whatever your decorative panel that you picked for the sides and the bottom and the main panels, that's what you want to put on there. That is this piece right here. So if you're looking at it and you did two different ones, I'm putting dots where I had these pieces. And that's just your decorative piece there. And that's going to give you your main hinge. Oh, I almost pulled mine apart right there. It's not going to dry yet. You don't want to pull it apart. You want to keep those pressed together. That's just a hinge there. Okay. Next, just so this has time to get good and dry, we're going to work on the handle. So you have two pieces identical and one smaller. You're going to want to glue those together. And this gives it a sturdy handle. That's why there's two pieces. But you want this to get dry before we start playing with it, or it will pull apart. The paper didn't come out of there. So I could see the holes. But just get them lined up. And then glue your decorative piece onto the top. Mine's not much different, but that's okay. And if you're not using brads, don't worry about the holes. They'll get covered up. And just set that to the side to dry. Flaps in, Kathy. I'm sorry, out. It depends on how you're looking at it. Your flaps need to open up and stand up in the middle, if that makes sense. All we did was make two little boxes and we glued them together with a hinge. Just like two envelopes. Well, I got an envelope and a card. If you have two envelopes, basically that's what we have here. All we've done is taken two envelopes, okay, and we've butted them up against each other with the flaps standing up in the middle. You made one envelope, then you made another envelope, and you butt them together. Then you're going to close it. Your hinge goes here. So if you turn it this way towards you, you'll put that hinge on, and that way when you open it up, your flaps are to the middle. So sorry, Carol. So if you're lost, that's what we're doing, Kathy. It's just two envelopes. And they should fold back up to each other like this. Once you have it like that, there's just a piece like this that has a hole in it. You're going to score it well, it's scored. You're going to fold it on the scores. I think I just missed my score line. It's hard to see on this one. You're just going to fold it on that score line, and here we're creating the flap for the front. You're going to fold it just like this. And with the box like this, it's going to glue only on this back side. Okay? Just like this. You can fold it like this if it helps you, and hook it on this way if that helps you. But you're only gluing that one. And just keep it square. So then you should be able to close your box like so. Everybody with me? I know, I'm horrible about that. I am. Okay, next, I'm just going to glue this to get it out of the way. You can glue your little piece on your tag. I haven't decided which way I want to go yet. I think I'm going to go like this. And you can skip this if you're just using yours for storage and not a gift or whatever. You don't have to even do the tag if you don't want. I think it's just really cute on the front. Just set that to the side. Next, you have two square panels like this. These are going to go on the outside of your box. So you've got it, here's your flap. You're just going to determine which way you want to put them on and glue those onto the outside of your box. It's basically a decorative panel. Actually, don't do that yet. Oops, I forgot something. If you're using Velcro, you can go ahead. If you're using magnets, you need to put your magnets on now. And I just sat mine, there they are. And I got these off of Amazon, guys. These are great for card making. They are extremely strong and thin. I can't. Ooh, you see that jump? Trying to get just one to show you. I have two there. There's one. That's just one little bitty magnet. If you could see, it's almost as thin as paper, but they're very strong. Hey, Jamie. So at this point, if you're using magnets, guys, I'm going to set this to the side. I've got glue on it. And I got one here that I have glue on. See, I mess up all the time. And I've already put this together 2 or 3 times. At this point, you're doing your inside flaps. Do not put your magnets in the center, because if you put all of your magnets in the center, I'm just going to put a glue dot on one of these so that I can get it on there and show you. I'm going to put this one to the center. Right here. if I put this one in the center also on this side, then my flaps are stuck together every time I open the box. And that's not what we want. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let my second magnet jump up on that one. That way you know you got them go in the right direction. They're not polar opposites. And I'm going to put a glue dot on that side. Well, I said I was. And then I'm going to bring my flap up, make sure that it's closed here on the side, and I'm going to stick that one down. Okay? And that way I know it's in the correct place. And you can cover this with a little disc of paper or whatever if you want. It won't hurt it at all. It's up to you. But I'm going to now put, see, I had a piece of chain sitting there and it picked that up. That's okay, maybe it'll help me find them. On this one, I am going to use 2 magnets, one on each side. So I'm going to place one here and one here. That way they're not in the center with this one and it won't affect how they're going to operate. Doesn't want to pick up my glue dot. So just make sure you don't stick all your magnets in the same spot on each panel is basically what we're trying to avoid. Let's see. And now I need to let those pick up. I think I'm going to put 2 on there. These are tiny glue dots. If you got the bigger glue dots, you probably don't need 2. And then I'm just going to bring this one up in the same manner, make sure they're in the right place. Don't press too hard on your box unless you have something in there. But you want to make sure that your magnets and your glue dots are stuck down well. Okay. I have a little too much weight. You may have to work your hinge piece a little bit, or I may have to put another magnet on that one. I'm not sure. There we go. So once you have those, then we're going to place one here. And if you have Velcro dots, don't worry, I'm not going to leave you in the dark. We're going to cover yours as well. Okay, I know I just had a glue dot. There it is. And I am just placing one of these on this panel, right where I have the hole cut. And then I'm going to close the box here. That one should stay. I have to go inside and press it down. And now you can put your panel over that. So that's what you do if you're using magnets. If you're using glue dots, Velcro closures, go ahead and put your panel on And then you'll need to put your, I wanted to turn that around. Then you'll put your Velcro on. So now your Velcro, but you'll want to do it the same manner. You'll want to put your Velcro on here, put your back of your Velcro on it, and then close it so that your Velcro is stuck in the correct spot. Okay? And then flip it over and put your other panel on. Which way are my flowers going? Check your panels, make sure that they're lining up like you want them to if you cut them out of a pattern paper. And I cut mine, I think, backwards, but that's okay. I'll live with it. And then all you have left really are your handles and your decorative pieces. So I think I'm going to do dots there. Trying to decide which way I want mine to go. On the inside, I want roses here, I think, and roses here on the inside. And I think I'm going to do I think that's the way I'm going to do it, like that. So decide where you want your panels. 2 are going to go on this flap. And if you wanted to add, if you're doing magnets and you just want that extra closure strength, you can throw another magnet on there. But determine how you want those flaps to look. I actually should have put, I think I'll change that right there. Stuck to my finger. I think I'll hide my magnet. I put them in the wrong spot. Do you ever have one of those days? That's exactly what I did. I put mine on, put them on the outside of your flap, guys, because they're supposed to be covered by your cardstock so you don't see half of them. And you can put the others on the inside if you want. I'm not going to go that far. I may even add a secondary magnet. I have plenty of them. Just for insurance that they will close. Lost one. I think they need the extra strength. I'm not too sure if I wouldn't use paper back here, guys. This is a thick cardstock that I'm using. You may not be having this issue, but I am. It's pulling apart because of that piece of cardstock back there, that hinge. So you may want to consider that when you choose your decorative paper, and maybe use a paper on top. You'll need a cardstock for the hinge itself, but your decorative piece, if it's really thick, I would go with a paper, a coordinating paper, or not put anything. Because I can't get that off of there now, but 2 pieces of cardstock here are just too much. That's what the issue is. I didn't have that problem with the Velcro on the other one though, so if you're using Velcro, you may be fine. Thanks, Sue. Those magnets, guys, make sure if you're buying those magnets that you check. These were 10 millimeter by 0.4 millimeter. There are some in there that are like 3 and 4 millimeter. Those are the wrong ones. They have to be 0.4 because others will be just way too thick. But these are for like cards. They're cool, aren't they? I love them. They're just paper thin and they're very strong. But the only problem I'm having here is this. It's not the magnets. My cardstock is really thick. And that's where my issue is coming in. So at this point, you should have all your panels on, and if you're using Velcro, you'll just want to place your Velcro on your flap, put your secondary piece on it, and then close it. And then you'll do the same. You can put them in the same spots on your inside pieces. It doesn't matter. Because they're not magnetized, it's not going to hurt anything if you put them in the same spot. If I'm using Velcro, I'm going to put one on each corner. And you can cut another decorative panel, but I didn't need it because my paper's two-sided for the inside of your box if you want to. You guys can add any kind of panels and embellishments, whatever you like. I know Sue told me to put the pin in my glue. Guess what? I didn't, Sue. Hi, Sonia. If you're having streaming issues, it isn't you, it's me. AT&T hardwired me so I wouldn't have a problem, and now my problem's worse. So I have to call them as soon as I'm finished here tonight and see if we can't get this straightened out once and for all. Okay, then your panels, your box should be looking just like this once it's all closed up. Okay? You got your Velcro on or your magnets. And then you can close this flap. And I still didn't do it. I was going to put brads in here. If you're going to use brads, guys, it may work. I'm going to just go ahead and try it. I would put them on before I glue this decorative panel. I would put them on the decorative panel, open them up, and then glue these together. And I forgot to do it because I had initially said I was going to use Nuvo drops. We'll see. I didn't put it on my front either, so I am going to use Nuvo drops for mine, or either cut these off and put a pearl. That's what I'll do. I'll just glue it on. I just cut these brads off of mine. Do as I say, not as I do. Okay. Because I'm just afraid that they may not sit well, but it looks like they're going to. Mine are thin enough. You want to take this piece that's your handle, and don't use a bone folder. You just want to kind of work the paper just to give it a slight curve. And then there's a score line on here, and that's where you want to score it. Do not try to fold that on that score line completely. You don't need to. It just needs to have a bend in it. And don't try to do it when it's wet. It will make your cardstock slip. And then it'll hang off the end and it'll look funny. You don't want that after putting that together. And then you'll want to put a good amount of glue, and I'm just really scared. I'm not going to do it. I'm chicken. I'm going to cut those off. The holes are basically guides, but if you want to use brads too, they help for that. And you're just going to glue that handle on one side and make sure you get it centered. I'm going to turn mine around so I can see it. Make sure it's flush to the end and centered. Yeah, I have a little magnetic dish, but I left it on the other side of the room. Let that dry, guys. If you're starting to put your other handle on and it's slipping, you need to wait until your glue is dry enough for you to do the other side. And then you're going to glue that one in the same way, making sure that it's flush on the end and it's centered. And then at that point, you can add your brads. Oh, mine's it's got a magnet. Yay. If I'd have known that, I would have stuck magnets there. Okay. It's going to stay for me because I have a magnet. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut these off. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to throw a magnet on these and a glue dot. If you use the really thin brads, you can just clip them off with scissors. They're not that hard to cut. I probably shouldn't be using my Tim Holtz, but hey, it is what it is. I do have trash scissors for this. Putting them through the test. Good testimonial. Just make sure you don't leave any sharp edges if you do this. I wondered where my magnets went. I found them. It's like I don't remember these scissors being magnetized before, but they are now because my magnets are stuck to the back. Okay. There's one. There's one. Again, for those of you who may not have seen because of internet issues, that's that magnet. I don't know if you can see it in my hand and how paper thin it is, but they're very strong. I'm quite pleased. I think I got 50 for $6.99. He didn't have many left, but there was another guy and he had them. They were 3.3 mil. No, they were 8 millimeter by 0.4 millimeter. Those will work just fine. They're just not going to be as big around as these. They'll just be a little bit smaller in diameter. But the thinness was exactly the same. I'm stuck to my thumb. There we go. And then I'm just going to pop those on there. And you can use anything, like I said, I pearl brads. I used little pearls on these, on this one. Whatever you want for your little decorative pieces. That's all you need. Yeah, 8 millimeter by 4 millimeter, no, 0.4 millimeter, Sue. It's an 8 millimeter by 0.4. That point is extremely important on those because 4 millimeter is going to be as thick as that pin head there. You don't want that. Yes, 0.4. The ones that I'm using is 10 millimeter by 0.4 millimeter. But if he sold out, the 8 millimeters will work. Perfect, Sue. Perfect. So that completes it, guys. Now you have something to store your cards and your envelopes in, or you can put a card and some candies in there and a gift on the other side. I am not too sure that you couldn't even get like a onesie or something like that in here. How cute would that be for a baby shower? Put onesies on each side. A storybook or something on the other. That would be really super cute. Do this in baby papers. Yes, that's correct, Sue. 10 millimeter by 0.4. But that's all there is to it. And then we just add our tag. Oh, you're welcome. There's just so many things that you can do with this, guys. Like I said, the 5x7 embossing folders fit. The 5x7 cards will fit. You can resize this. Just make sure you size everything together in a group down to an A2. Just put your A2 size square in there and make sure that your panel sizes down to an A2, and then you'll have it. You can, there's just tons of stuff. Like I said, I'm putting cards in mine that I get from people. How did I do this last time? I think I did this wrong. I did. Let me try again. I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking that's what I was doing. Put it through here. I always do this backwards. Don't ask me why. So that will hang. And then tie it. I just think that's a nicer, neater look when I do it that way. I don't want it to hang down too far, so don't close your knot up until you've got your adjustment like you want it. There we go. How cute. But you can put your embossing folders in there, your cards on one side, your envelopes on the other. You could put a couple of onesies in there, make it a shower gift, make it look like a diaper bag. There's so many things that you can do with this, guys. Have a good night, Dorothy. But tons and tons and tons of stuff. True, Sue, that works. Onesie with an iron-on that matches the theme. That would be cute. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Again, I do apologize for the internet issues. I am going to call AT&T right now and let them know this fix did not work. It's not going to work. Next week, and I may do it this week. I may do it Wednesday. We're going to have a tutorial on using some fabric. So if you guys have a maker, and if you don't, you'll still be able to do some things. But I'm going to cover how I did this and what we're going to use it for. I will be posting a project, and then I may do an extra video because not everybody has a maker. So I may do an extra video this week for everybody who does. But I'll try to come up with an alternative for this project for those who don't. Okay? You guys have a wonderful day, and thank you for joining me and putting up with this slow internet issue. I greatly appreciate you all. Thank you to my Patreon supporters. If you're not a Patreon supporter, please go over to Patreon and support me. You guys have a wonderful night, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.